Hey guys, welcome to this channel. Episode 1. Um, Before we get into it, please like and subscribe the channel. We are all about growth here, so in terms of doing that, it will just make a world of difference. So yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, just a little bit about myself. As you may or may not know, my name is Anthony Vander. I am a creative. I'm a filmmaker, actor, writer, director, producer. I've been doing it for about 13 years now. And I have another YouTube channel, Distortion Ent, which is my production company, Distortion Entertainment. And yeah, I just thought, do you know what? I do a lot of tutoring in terms of actor tutoring, filmmaker tutoring, sometimes masterclasses on producing as well. And I just thought, you know what? Let's just impart some knowledge. Let's share. Let's communicate. Let's vibe. Let's let's discuss this forte which we're in of the arts. And this is just an open space for us to like just share ideas, communicate, all in the name of growth. So yeah, in terms of this first video, I really want to talk about the creative rut. And what I mean by that is this idea that the struggles within creativity, basically, whether that's, you're finding it difficult to communicate an idea, you're finding it difficult to get through the door, you're finding it difficult to stay on course with an idea. And I just wanted to kind of offer some of my feedback and how I feel about that. With regard to that, this is the first video because I feel like, these past couple of weeks, moments in this year, I've definitely gone through that creative rut. In terms of like my last film that I actually directed, which we've just finished the festival circuit finale, but since then I haven't really created anything. I've been working a lot, doing master classes, been on the panel of Channel 4 in London and Leeds, talking to various production companies and distributors. But in terms of like the actual creating, it's been quite stagnant. So I just wanted to give some tips of how to get through it, and I would love you to comment below on some of the top tips that you can use to get through this process. The first thing, and I think the most important thing, is time. Giving yourself that time to really find your why, find your purpose, find out what is it that gives those creative juices flowing, what is it that really makes you want to create something. And it's weird because the second video will be called Try Everything, but I think it's really important to know why you're creating, what gives you the purpose and motivation to do what you do, what is your signature voice. And I think that will help within that creative rut, because you'll be able to pinpoint and acknowledge and most importantly be inspired by those things, in terms of your why, in terms of your purpose. So for me, one of my purposes and why is to share stories about those going through adversity, whether they're through like anti-heroes, whether they're through kind of athletes, whether that's through just everyday life. But I like to explore adversity and the overcoming of it. And that's one of my purposes, because that's something I can relate to. So I think it's really important to own into what is your why. I think another thing is also, it's about being inspired. And what I mean by that is, got a poster over there of one of my favorite films, Cinema Paradiso. It's actually one of my favorite films of all time. I know if I watch that film, whether that's this evening, I've seen it about 3 times, 4 times. It's one of my favorite films ever made. I know if I watch that, I'm inspired straight away. It brings those feelings of joy, of, vulnerability, happiness, and it just gets the creative juices flowing. So if it's about communicating with, um, with other people, reading books, going to the cinema, watching ballet, going clubbing, like, whatever it is that will inspire you and get those creative juices, then do it, because that will kind of be a pathway out of this creative rut. Um, and then I think in terms of the third thing of getting out of the creative rut is really about application, application. And I've said about finding out your why and your purpose, but it's like the application of that. And what I mean by that is the doing. I think part of the creative rut is the idea that sometimes we get so many ideas in our head, or we get no ideas at all. But those ideas need to manifest itself. They need to take place. They need action. There's so many times when I've had, fellow filmmakers, fellow actors. I've also been one of them where I've been like, I've got this idea for this, I've got this idea for that. But there's no action that takes place. So it's once you've kind of nailed down the why within the creative rut, then take course. And that can take course by, I love to jot notes down in my iPhone, which I'm recording this on. I love to, do voice notes, whether that might be another character speaking, to give it that organic feel. But I think it's really about application within that creative process. So yeah, those are kind of like 3 tips for how you can get over that creative rut. Please comment and, please share your ideas of, what you do and how you manage to get over, that creative rut, that frustration. That might not actually be the actual name that you use, but I thought that that's the one that I would use, because that's what I always say. Thank you so much for watching this video. Much appreciated, and catch you on the next one.